We're getting a new look at the construction underway on prototypes for a proposed border wall. 6 companies, including one from Tempe, are in the running.
That's right. They have 30 days to build a section of wall near San Diego before testing begins. It's all to decide which company will get the bid. President Trump has made the wall a top priority, but Congress will still have to approve the funding. And while many of President Trump's supporters support the wall, there are those who think a wall is unnecessary, of course costly as well, including some Arizona border ranchers.
Well, they say something has to be done to stop cartels and border crossers. They don't think a wall is the answer. Here's Team 12's Mark Curtis and photojournalist Haley Cook.
Down here, just steps from the border, the days start early.
Some days we get up 2:30, 3 o'clock, we have breakfast, we load our horses or mules, whatever we're going to take.
But for ranchers like Kelly and Warner Glenn, a day on the ranch is about more than just work.
You just kind of patrol your country and check for problems. I remember growing up as a little girl, we had a real peaceful existence. And now, not only do we have intrusions by illegals and drug runners, but there's also the whole concept of Border Patrol trying to secure the border. And in the process, they're all over your land.
We might see 50 people during a 24-hour period, sometimes as high as over 100 people going north night and day. That's when living on the border became a real issue.
The Glenns have worked this ranch in Douglas for over 100 years.
You're out here in God's country, you might say.
But now, along with all of its rustic beauty, danger lies around every bend.
When you get that much traffic, you're going to have some bad people that are going to try to either rob you, burglaries, tearing up your infrastructure, cutting your fences, leaving your gates open.
It's not like they'd ever want to leave, but the cartels are a clear and present danger. And in the new president,
we have to have strong borders.
They have hope.
I felt that we needed to change. I was favorable to the change that we have.
But of all the plans President Trump presents,
we need the wall.
His signature border wall is surprisingly not one that these ranchers support.
I don't necessarily think that any kind of a physical structure like a wall would do any good. It's a tremendous expense, a tremendous tearing up of the country.
I do not want the wall. I don't want what it would do to the environment. I don't want what it would do to the wildlife corridors. I don't want what it would do just to the nature of this country.
And to be clear,
we are not for open borders. We are for securing the border, no matter what it takes. I don't think the wall is going to work.
But what would?
You've got to have surveillance of some type on the border. All of the modern technology that the United States has nowadays, there's no reason that a jackrabbit could cross that border without being seen.
Because as much as they're concerned about the danger in the desert, they're not leaving.
Then there's so much about this life that is so right and so honest and so true. And all that being said, I would never leave.
Well, no matter what the solution, it's probably going to be costly. And again, you're going to have people that don't think it's necessary, and then those on the other side of the fence, no pun intended. I mean, really.
Yeah, well, and a lot of people don't talk about the fact more than a decade ago, Congress passed a massive border security package that included virtual surveillance, some extra fencing, and technology that is still being integrated today.
Right.
And so when you talk about what does it mean to have a secure border, it's tough.
It could be any number of things.
It could be a number of things, but as you saw them, they don't see just a high edifice as necessarily the solution because, again, they're thinking about the environment.
And they're not going anywhere. So well done, Mark.
So President Trump, he recently included a border wall and tougher border security measures as part of a proposal that would allow those brought into the U.S. illegally as children to remain in the country.
And Democratic leaders say they will not accept a border wall as any part of any deal.